Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today I'm here with a video that was decently requested. I've had a lot of people asking me about the basics of the Union website, Shopify websites, MANIERE, and today this is basically a how-to cop guide for all of those different websites. Anything that is Shopify based, I'm going to be discussing what I believe the best methods are to checking out. I've watched a lot of Union how-to cops, not how-to cops, but live cops, like live checkouts, a ton of stuff. Just to really get this accurate, I've looked at a lot of different people's guides and kind of put together my own. When I say other people, I mean guides from like cook groups. I've gotten access to those and kind of looked at what they've been saying. And yeah, I basically have made my own little guide right here for you guys for free. So yeah, I hope you all will enjoy. Again, you want to check my Instagrams, any of that down below, feel free. And of course, you guys can subscribe and like for more content like this. Let's keep it very simple. Like goal, 283 likes. Very random, but there we go. Let's see if we can hit 283 likes, guys. I'd appreciate it. And leave any questions, comments, concerns. If you have concerns, address them down below. I'll be there to answer them for you guys. But that's everything. Thank you all for the consistent support lately as well. The channel has been going crazy. We're about to hit 58,000 subscribers, I think. So we're like really close to 60K. It's either 58 or 59,000. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And we're going to keep making sure we work hard. We're definitely going to hit 60K over the summer. And goal's 100K by the end of the year. But we'll see how it goes. I just got to keep posting consistently. So I hope y'all will enjoy, and let's get started. So the basics of the Union website. So as you guys can see for the dunks and twos, there's no sort of restock going on right now. At least that is planned on the Union website, and they've announced that themselves. So basically, here is my how-to cop guide. You guys can see this is very in depth. I took a lot of time making this. I mean, yeah, you can see it says yesterday is when I was writing it. So I spent a lot of time last night writing this down and kind of making this video. So I kind of broke it down into a few different sections, 4 main sections that are important. So when you're on the drop page, autofilling your address, preparing for the drop page, and of course the CAPTCHA and how to practice that. So the first section we're going to discuss is autofilling payment methods, because I find that to be probably one of the more important, if not the most important section. So what you're really going to have to do with autofilling payment methods. So it's either you download an autofill and you use that on your computer or phone, or you use the Apple Pay service that you have on your iPhone. Of course, if you're using an iPhone, I actually really recommend that for Union and MANIERE drops, since on the checkout page, they allow you to just, select Apple Pay. It'll literally be a button that says Apple Pay, and you can click it and then, just use Apple Pay to check out, and that saves a ton of time. So if you're using a phone, mobile, I feel like has almost a slight advantage, other than of course it being a little bit slower than a computer. As long as you got a good Wi-Fi network, you should be able to hit on a phone, not too difficult some of the time. I mean, these drops are never easy, of course, because they tend to not stock them, a lot, and it's also about actually getting into the drop page and getting into the queue fast, and we will discuss that later. But just one thing I want to mention right there is if you have a phone, you should be trying for these drops on a phone, because you can use Apple Pay, and that has your address, name, email, phone number. That has everything saved already, so you don't even have to type anything. You literally just click a button, Face ID, and check out. So I really recommend the iPhone for checking out, and also for drops like this one, because it's actually pretty decent for Shopify ones, as long as you're able to get in on the original drop page link early. Which, I mean, one way you can do that, of course, let me show you all something right here. So let's say I was about to check out, like this is the drop page link, right? You see how this doesn't have a /password part at the end. So you see how most of these pages before this release, right here on this page, it was this link right here, but with /password. So what you're going to want to do, right, you see this /password section, whenever you're copying a link to make into a bookmark, right, you're going to have to remove that and then copy this. So remove the /password part and then copy the link, right? And then what you're going to want to do is, usually it'll have a star right here. This is obviously not a link I can save, since it's not an active one right now and there's nothing really going on in this link. But what I would do is there would be a star right here. I'd click it, I'd save it as a bookmark, and then basically what I would do come drop time is, you see the link would be right here. So all I would do, right, is just click this, and then yeah, basically I would just go out, click again, X this out, wait, okay, nothing yet, no update, just, click again. And that's, you kind of see what I mean. I have the MANIERE site link here too as well. So, just click here again. You can see it doesn't have a /password section, so, X out, and, that'd be the updated link. So that's really the key. Of course, my kind of first things I want to mention right there is making sure you have the link saved, and then also, using Apple Pay to your advantage. That's huge. Apple Pay is great. Especially on iPhone, so make sure you have some sort of wallet set up there on your phone. Make sure you have a card saved. And of course, sometimes in Union, they just deny payment methods. That's how it was for me last drop. My card wasn't working, so unfortunately I could not hit. And I know the size wasn't sold out, so that was just on me. But yeah, sometimes, you get lucky, sometimes you don't. The Union website is a bit of luck as well. But another thing I'd recommend too with autofilling payment methods is Google Chrome. If you're someone that likes using your phone, I have a free autofill for you right here that you should use. So basically, what is that? I swear Charleston be loud so randomly sometimes in the morning. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, aside from that fact right there, what I'm just going to show you guys is in your settings right here, you actually have a free autofill. So what you do is over here on Chrome, right? It says Chrome right here in the top left. Click Preferences, right? And on Preferences, it'll take you to the Settings section, right? And in the Settings section in Preferences, you'll notice there'll be this autofill right here on the left. And I've mentioned this to you guys in videos before. Y'all probably very familiar with this. And look, you can save payment methods, addresses, and of course, since you are already on a Google profile and account, it'll automatically save your email too as well when you're checking out. So when you're checking out, all you got to do is you'll hover above the email portion, and then it'll pop out with a whole profile underneath that email. You know what I mean? Like the whole profile that you've already autofilled here, it'll automatically fill out once you start typing your email if you just click tab. So that's just something right there, a little free autofill right here. It's very useful. I've copped using this method before, so I definitely recommend it. I had some great success in the MANIERE website using this, so I heavily recommend it. I've had trouble the last 2 Union drops just because bots have been eating up like crazy. I mean, I was very wrong in my first video claim where I was like, oh yeah, a lot of the bots that cooked got canceled orders, but that's just not true. I mean, there were some people that really wrecked the pistachio drop, the original first one, with bots. And same, especially the Argon colorway. That one got just that got like 80% of the stock about it. But aside from that, that's off topic right there. Again, heading back into this, so kind of seeing what I mean about kind of the payment methods. And also another thing too, I've heard about ShopPay. ShopPay can be fairly useful. I'm not sure or actually too familiar with ShopPay, but what ShopPay does, you guys have probably seen it on checkout before, and basically what it does is saves your email, payment method, all that stuff. If you have checked out on that site before, basically it'll keep a record of it, and all it will have to do is text your phone number and basically verify, and then it'll check out for you. That's what I've had happen before with ShopPay. I've actually used it and copped, but I'm not really too familiar with it. I believe you can download it as a Chrome extension though, so if you can download ShopPay as a Chrome extension, I would definitely recommend it, because it's like another free autofill, kind of like the Google one, except something a little bit different. So I might check that out. I'm not really too familiar with it, but if anybody in my comment sections is very familiar with ShopPay, I'd love to hear kind of your thoughts on it. But I've heard it's pretty good, and again, just all it does is like on the checkout page, you click ShopPay, it texts your phone number, and then it remembers all that, fills it out automatically, just with like the little verification code it texts you, like that one-time thing. So that's at least how I remember it, but I'd honestly just stick with the simple Chrome methods and everything there. Apple Pay, I mean, now that I know like the usefulness of Apple Pay and Shopify drops, I'm really going to be sticking with my phone a lot. Like no joke, I'm definitely going to be bringing the phone out a bit more for these drops. So yeah, aside from that, not too familiar with ShopPay, but those are the kind of methods for saving your payment methods. Hopefully you all understand that, and hopefully it makes sense. Any questions, again, leave them down below. If you have any of your own methods to saving payments, feel free. I'd love to hear it. So another thing right here I want to mention, so preparing for the actual drop and preparing for the drop page. So Union and MANIERE are pretty much identical to the methods of dropping shoes, right? They do it pretty much the exact same way, where before the drop, it'll be a certain link, it'll have the /password part in the end, and then eventually that link will update until the new drop page, which will then take you to like, the buy now, click here section, you click that, and then it redirects you to the checkout page, where you select your size and then, proceed on to paying. But aside from that, basically how these drops work and how you really get around this whole domain change and link change thing is what I recently just showed you guys. So remember how I was showing you all right here about saving the link. So you see how this is the link right here, and it does not have /password at the end. See, the thing is when it will be drop day and time, and you see the little star here now where you would save it as a bookmark, so it would appear here on your browser. But basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to see that /password part appear. Every time you refresh it and update it, they're going to add this /password part back. So what you're going to want to do is remove that, and again, save the original link as it is. Bookmark it, so then again, you can just keep going back in like this, right? So you can just keep going back in and clicking like this. If it doesn't update, okay, cool. Try again, just kind of like this. You see what I'm doing? Refreshing like this. That's exactly how you should do it. And you should not leave two open as well. So I should have nothing open right here, right? See how nothing's open? All right, then I click it, go out, exit this one, click again. You see what I mean? So proceed like that. That's how I kind of usually tend to refresh for these drops. Also, another thing you can do, of course, you can always just go on Google, look up union dunk low passport drop, right? And then you can wait until 11 and you can click right on, straight up on Google right there. You don't even have to save the link. You can just keep going back and forth with the little arrows up here, from the original page and back to Google, original page, back to Google, until the original page eventually updates to the page that would then lead you to the, whole checkout site. But basically, that's what I recommend right there for, saving the link, saving, anything to do with, just for future releases on the Union and MANIERE website. And hopefully you understand what I mean by removing the /password part. It's always at the end of the link. You do not want that in your bookmark. You don't want that part there, because if you have the /password part at the end of, if you're refreshing that part, then guess what? You're gonna be refreshing the password page. And then when it actually comes drop time, you're not gonna be refreshing the correct link. So that's very important. And also another thing I wanna mention too, since hopefully again, if you have any questions about that part, go ahead, ask them down below. I'll be there for you guys. But I mean, I would really recommend, of course, people have been asking me how you can set up multiple profiles so you can check out on Union multiple times at once. I really honestly would focus on one profile at a time. I can make a video on that later on, like, I plan to make how to use multiple sneakers accounts, how to use multiple Union accounts at once, things like that. I plan to make videos like that, but as of right now, with the time being, I feel like it's best to just focus on one thing at a time, especially with Union, one account at a time. Definitely the way to go. So another thing I want to mention too, remember those random questions that Union always asks, like the really random ones, like, hey, what color is a taxi? What year were we founded? That's not as random of a question, but basically just be street smart. That's my best piece of advice for the random questions Union asks. They don't really make sense, but yeah, just kind of, I guess, be randomly prepared for anything right there. And cook groups are useful for this too. Don't forget, a cook group is very useful sometimes for releases like this because they give their own guides. Sometimes they know the questions and links in advance. It can save you a lot of time too, because you can just have Discord open and you can click the link through Discord instead of having to do all the Chrome bookmark and stuff. But that's another basic thing. And also a couple other things I want to say before we get into the rest. I want to give a huge little quick shout out to my guys at Secret Sauce right here. They are a $60 monthly fee and they have done so much for me. They let me know about the little Panda dunk restock we got going on today at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna be there for that, and hopefully we'll be able to cop. They've also been letting me know, about a lot of upcoming shock drops. They let me know, of course, about the Union releases when they were happen. They had their own guide for it. And of course, in their chat, they also have people that run bots that cop items for people in the chat. It's a great system. And I'm going to make sure I get entered in some of that soon so y'all can kind of see how that process works and see kind of some of the success I've had with it. So again, I really appreciate what they offer. $60 monthly fee. So basically for $2 a day, you can get access to a lot of, really good information within this cook group, and basically get access to reselling tips, people that run bots, shock drop info, guides, things like that, help tickets. You can ask, any support mods questions and they'll be there to help you all out. So if you want to check them out, just go send them a message, be like, yo, Tristan sent me, how can I get in? Or go to their Instagram, click the link in their bio, and, just get in their wait list and wait until they, drop invites again and, let some people in. So that's everything I really need to mention right there. Thank you to my guys right here as always. We've been working together for a while now, and let's get into the rest of the video here. Now, of course, I feel like this is one of the more important parts of the video, since I feel like this is what messes up most people getting into the queue. And I'm not gonna lie, boys, I'm pretty nice at this, CAPTCHA system right here. So I feel like me giving advice on this is actually not a bad thing. I feel like this is fairly reasonable. So we'll discuss CAPTCHA in a second, but I want to discuss some of the things. So when you're actually on the drop page, don't forget, when you're on the drop page, it actually redirects you to a page that then takes you to where you select your size and check out. So don't forget, it's going to be a page where we'll say like click now or buy here, or click here and buy now, right? And you're just going to, click the buy now, and then it'll redirect you to that another page where you select the size and then proceed to the checkout page. So a couple other pieces of advice I have with that. So make sure when you're there, just take your time. Don't be too fast. Obviously when you're selecting your size and all that, be quick. You want to get into that queue quickly. But most of the time with like Union drops and MANIERE drops, it's between like a 1 and 10 minute queue, or less than a minute and 10-minute queue that tends to have success. Of course, with the last Union release, it was more like 1 to 5 minutes where people had success. I had a 5-minute checkout on an item and I still didn't get it. You know what I mean? So it's all random. It really just depends on how hard people are working that day. How Wick people are, and that's the basics of it when you're just on the drop page. Just kind of being speedy, being reasonable. But this is a very important part I want to discuss, is the CAPTCHA and how not to mess this up, how to be proficient with this. So how to be kind of, I guess, correct and safe with your CAPTCHA is really, so you're here, right? It'll ask, that little question before you, enter in the, CAPTCHA. Just type whatever it is, go here, okay, I'm human, right? And the key with drawing this box right here, right? I really want to mention this. The key with drawing the box, if this would load for me. Yeah, there it is. The key with drawing this box, ready? Look, start, Just slowly take your time, right? And you want all the edges of the box to be touching the cat, right? You want the edges of the box to be touching, right? Just like that. And there you go. That's all you got to do. You want the edges to be touching everything. So you want the edges on the top of the top, and so bottom, top, even both sides. You want edges to be touching on all sides of the image. And if you do that, you'll be successful first try. You just got to be reasonably quick. You see how I did that? Literally it took me probably 3-4 seconds. Just pull down to the side, adjust accordingly on the front side. All edges were touching. I immediately got through. So that's what I recommend right there for CAPTCHA. I'm gonna link this down below too, so you all can practice this. Okay, so you can kind of figure out what works best for you. I'm gonna link this exact CAPTCHA practice down below, so you guys can use it to your advantage right there. But that's everything I really need to mention right there. And please take a screenshot of this so you can remember kind of have a Union and Shopify on MANIERE kind of how-to cap guide. Just use this and take it to your advantage, guys. Hopefully that was helpful and hopefully it was useful. I spent a lot of time on that last night, so hopefully it was something that helped you guys out. And that's everything I need to mention right there, guys. So leave any questions, comments, concerns you got down below. I noticed this was a very long video, but hopefully it was in-depth and helpful. Again, check any of my Instagrams down below. Feel free to subscribe and like. Again, like on this video. I know it said it was 283 likes, something very random. So if you could do that, I'd be appreciated. And yeah, I've been sitting here for over 15 minutes talking about how to cop on Union. So that's a lot of time right there. But we got to get this, edited and out. So I'm gonna end the screen recording. I'm gonna get showered, get ready for my day. I gotta get to class, and a few other things. I gotta edit this monstrosity of a video, but I'm sure it'll do well. So I have no problem with that. But thank you guys for the constant support. I'm not sure if we've hit 58,000 subs yet. I gotta check. Yeah, we're like 20 away from 58K. So thank you guys. I'm sure by the end of the day we may have it. So road to 60K. We'll see you all then. I'm Tristan, and see ya. Peace.
It's your boy Talk Done Show. And we really throwing shit down this time. And we ain't come to play around. We really have no patience. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and get to it. Nothing stupid, you feel me?